afternoon, morning. I don't know. It's still barely morning. We'll say morning. How about that? As we look in here at War Memorial Stadium here in Hampton, Virginia, where we have Grace Christian University Tigers going to face off today against the Apprentice School Builders. These two teams played yesterday. Grace Christian came out and put a showing of something out here, and the Builders took care of business, winning the first game 8-0, in the second game 17-5. So, like I just said, we've seen these two go at it yesterday. Let's see what they've got today as they're going to play two again today. Grace Christian is from Michigan, so it's a little warmer here. I was on the field before the game and talking to a couple of the Builder players, and they said they talked to a couple of the Tiger players, and it was snowing back home, so I'm sure they'd rather be here. So let's look at how the Builders line up defensively. Starting pitcher today is going to be Isaac McAllister, and Jeremy Harmon is going to be doing the catching behind the plate. Going around the horn from third to first, we have Nolan Edwards at third, Camden Weston at shortstop, Riggs Ellis at second, and Hunter Johnson playing first base. And then in the outfield from left to right, we have Matt Phoebus in left, Nate Yeary in center, and Kyle Whitlock in right field. So just look at the visitors' starting batting order. So we have the catcher. First three will be the catcher, A.J. Scott, the shortstop, Alex Bonema, and the left fielder, Dylan Thomas, will be leading off for this inning. And then they'll bring their DH, Matt Hoonhorst, to the plate. And then their third baseman, Carter Willis, second baseman, Tyler Thomas, first baseman, Lorenzo Lopez, center fielder, Josh Egberts, and the right fielder, Jaden Shoneman. That rounds out their order. And here's the first pitch, swinging strike, right at 11:55. There's a pop down the right field line. Hunter tries to track it down, but he just couldn't get to it as it bounced out of reach and over the brick wall. The wind is, I feel like we're saying this every game, the wind is really blowing today. It's kind of blowing out towards right, a little more towards the foul pole, but it is definitely blowing out towards the right field fence. And that pitch is skipped up there for ball one. So that runs our count to 1-2 on AJ. AJ pops that one back up out of play. Hits the awning of the grandstands on the first base side. Our pitch was inside for ball two. So the weather today it actually is going to be a beautiful day. It is windy. It's a little cool, but, like I said, I was down there on the field before the game, and there's a little bouncer to short, and that should probably be scored an error on Camden. He bobbled that one as the ball came to him. So, again, Grace Christian is doing something they did not do very well yesterday. I think they did a little better the second game, but that's getting that leadoff guy of the inning on base. That is a huge factor in these games. And tried for a little sacrifice. Isaac picks it up, fires it over to Johnson for the first out of the inning, but that does move the runner over. So that brings up the left fielder, number 10, Dylan Thomas. Isaac sets. There's a 67-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch strike. There's a right back up the middle. Camden gets him another chance. He fires that over to first base for the out. There's a second out of the inning. Camden kind of gets to redeem himself. That brings up 24, Matt Hoonhorst. He's their DH for this game. He might have had a pitch hit yesterday. There's the pitch, outside, ball one. There's ball two. Grace Christian did, I feel in the second game they did a good job of getting on base and kind of, in essence, mucking up the game a little bit by getting runners on, kind of create pressure. There's a third one to the shortstop, Camden. And he handles that one fine. So there we go. So that'll do it for this half of the inning. No runs, no hits, one left on base. The Builders did commit one error. So with that, we'll be back here in 60 seconds after this word here on Builders Stream YouTube.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
As we move to the bottom of the first, let's look at how the Grace Christian Tigers are going to line up. So they have Riley Nicewinder on the line. He pitched maybe an inning or two yesterday. A.J. Scott is behind the plate. And then around the horn from third to first, they have Carter Willis, Alex Bonema, Tyler Thomas at second, and Lorenzo Lopez at first. Around the outfield left to right, Dylan Thomas in left, Josh Egberts in center, and Jaden Shoneman in right field. The Builders starting lineup and batting order is going to go like this. We have number 0, Nate Yeary. 15, Riggs Ellis. Number 2, Camden Weston. 9, Caleb Russell. Then we have 21, Hunter Johnson. Number 23, Nolan Edwards. Number 8, Matt Phoebus. Number 20, Kyle Whitlock. And then number 14, Jeremy Harmon. So Nate Yeary's a freshman. He's a pipe fitter out of Cortland, Virginia. Here we go for the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss for strike one. High for ball one. So Nate's one of those guys, he bats left but throws righty. It's in for another strike. Ball outside. 2-2, so we got an even count. Builders maybe want to be a little more patient at the plate. Fights that one off. Nate's run his count full. He's looking at his 3-2 count. Here's the payoff pitch, and he fouls that one back to the screen. Ump gives the catcher a new ball, throws it out there. And Nate draws his first walk of the game, which that was a big factor in yesterday's game, was the amount of walks that the Apprentice school was able to draw on this team. So that brings up Riggs Ellis, the sophomore. I'm sorry, he's not a sophomore, the junior metrology technician. He fouls that one down the third base line. Riggs grounded out there to the third baseman, which brings up Camden Weston, the shortstop. He made 2 very, very good plays in the last inning. First pitch was in for a strike. Second pitch is ripped. And it's over the third baseman's glove, which will make it very easy for Yuri as he comes in to score the Builders' first run of the game as they strike first. So the third baseman was given an error on that play. So Caleb bounces it into center field. So that'll bring up Hunter Johnson, the lefty first baseman, with runners on first and second. He fouls that one off for strike one. Pitcher slipped and fell on that, and he kind of threw it down into the dirt, which causes the runners to move up a base. And fouls it off again for strike two. Runs the count 1-2. Here's the pitch. And ripped into center field again. That should score 2 runs as Coach Scrolla at third base waves in Caleb Russell. So we have an infield or a single to center field again by Hunter.
The third baseman, number 23, Nolan Edwards.
That brings up third baseman Nolan Edwards. He bounces that one to the third baseman, and he flips it as they turn 2 to end that inning. So the Builders do damage, though. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error is committed. And so with that, we're going to take it to a break, and we'll be back here on Builders Stream YouTube.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, so that first out was Carter Willis. Now up is a second baseman, Tyler Thomas. And that'll go foul. Here's Isaac with a pitch. Outside, ball 1. Isaac's thrown 13 pitches so far. Runs the count even at 2-2. Another swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Lorenzo Lopez, the first baseman, to the plate. First pitch was a strike. Second pitch. Swing and a miss for strike two. And the wind up. Here's ball high. So the wind has picked up a little more, it looks like. Those flags look a little more taut than they were earlier. Big swing and a miss for strike three. That'll do it for this top half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll be back in a few moments with the bottom half of the second inning here on Builders Stream YouTube.
The thing that sets Whirlies apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Whirlies is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Whirlies is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Whirlies, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as like a paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We've sent people as far as Texas to also doing them here locally. We just truly like to see our people grow and succeed and get to the next step of their career. We want people here who truly aspire to be the best in their fields.
All right, welcome back. So Matt Phoebus is at the plate. And that first pitch right before we came back was a ball. It's another ball. So Matt Phoebus has started this at bat 0 for 2. I'm sorry, 2-0. Now he's way ahead in the count now with that 3-0 count. The pitch in there for a strike, so there's strike one. And Matt Phoebus fouls that off himself. So wind up the pitch, and it hits him. So Matt Phoebus reaches base on a hit by pitch. That brings up the right fielder, Kyle Whitlock. He looks at a ball. Take a peek at Matt Phoebus there, taking his lead off first. And the pitch is fouled back over the screen into the bleachers. Big old swing and a miss there. Third base coach Scarola giving some encouragement to his guys. Come back to Whitlock. He's looking at his 2-2 count. And he hits that into right. And it is caught by Jaden Shoneman out there in right field for the first out of the inning.
Catcher number 14, Jeremy Harmon.
So that brings up the number 9 hitter, Jeremy Harmon. He's doing the catching for this game. Him and Caleb Russell have switched off catching most of the season. That first pitch was called a strike. That ball's popped high towards third base. The wind is really pushing that one around. The third baseman does make the catch. He did a good job tracking that ball that was hit way into that wind. So that takes us back to the top of the order with Nate Yeary. Nate walked in the first inning. He later scored when he scored on Caleb Russell's single. Second pitch was a ball. There's the pitch, and that's fouled up over the stands. Into the parking lot behind us. So we now looking at a 1-2 count. And that ball's outside. Riley really wanted that call. He thought it was a strike. He kind of started walking towards the dugout. There's a deep ball to right field. That's going to get over the right fielder's head. It's not going to make the track. Coach Scarola is going to send Phoebus to home. And Yeary gets himself a stand-up triple. So now we're back. So now Riggs Ellis is at the plate. He grounded out to the third baseman in his first at bat. He looks at ball one. There's strike one. So Riggs is out of New Kent. There's a foul tip for strike two. Runs the count even 2-2. Out of New Kent, Virginia, where he went to New Kent High School. There's strike three. He looked at that one. And that'll do it for this bottom half of the third inning, where the Builders got us one run off one hit. There were no errors. One man left on base. And we'll be back in 60 seconds.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, so Josh Egberts is coming up. He's a center fielder. Through 2 innings, I don't know why I said Nate. Isaac McAllister has thrown 22 pitches. Seven of those have been for strikes. So he's staying around the plate. As the first 2 pitches here are a ball and a strike, so that runs a count 1-1. Here's a foul tip back to the screen for strike 2. Foul down the first baseline towards the visiting dugout. Was that pitch? Was fielded nicely by the umpire down there. That ball's grounded to the shortstop. Picks it up, fires the first for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 4, Jaden Shinneman.
So that'll bring up the right fielder, Jaden Shinneman. There's strike 1. Apparently there's strike 3. As y'all saw that graphic pop up. It was not, it was strike 1. That ball was fouled back towards the visitor dugout again. Here's the pitch. Swing. Swung through that one for strike 2. And that ball's grounded to third, picked up by Nolan Edwards, fired to first for strike. Not, it was a strike to first. That it was. For out number 2.
The catcher, A.J. Scott.
So that brings us back to the top of the order. The catcher, A.J. Scott. He reached his first plate appearance on an error by the shortstop. Here comes the first pitch. Isaac's first pitch there is a strike. So Isaac McAllister, he's kind of literally a jack of all. He's listed as a utility player. He's a pitcher. We've seen him in the outfield as well. So he's a freshman out of Charleston, West Virginia. Got ahead on that first pitch, but then the next 2 pitches have been balls, so we have a 2-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Counts back even at 2-2. Isaac's looking to make quick work out of this again and get out of this inning. Little low. To run the count full at 3-2. Foul ball. Umpire called foul. Home plate umpire called foul ball. It was close. Very close. Because that is where, in essence, the whole over the bag rule would have come in. Did it bounce over the bag or did it bounce over in foul territory? That's a foul ball out of play. Count still full, 3-2. As AJ's fought off the last 2 pitches. So now he's looking at the 8th pitch of this at bat. It's coming in. Eddie swings and misses for strike 3. So there they go, 1, 2, 3. In that top of the 3rd. 2 up. And I was going to say do up, but I lost track of it. So, all right. Let's take a short break, and we'll be back here on Builders Stream YouTube.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Welcome back here to War Memorial Stadium, where we're ready for the bottom of the 3rd inning. Due up is Camden Weston, the shortstop. He'll lead off the inning, which will then take us to Caleb Russell and Hunter Johnson. So in a way, the Builders kind of have the heart and the meat of their order coming to the plate. That pitch was outside for ball 1. Ball's popped to right where it is going to carry, and carry it does over the right fielder's head again as Camden gets in on that stand-up double. So that brings up the DH Caleb Russell. I feel like I just heard the PA guy say Camden again, but this is Caleb Russell at the plate, the DH. He's got a runner on second, and that ball's high and in. There's another one to right field. It's going to carry away. It lands. It's one hops the fence. In comes Camden, and stand-up double for Russell. So Camden has reached both times he's come to the plate and has scored twice. So that'll bring Hunter Johnson to the plate. He singled to center field his first at bat, which allowed 2 runs to come in. And there's another one to center. And that'll easily score Russell. as that brings the coach to the mound. So next to the plate will be Nolan Edwards, the third baseman, which he hit into it. He hit into a inning-ending 6-4-3 double play in his first at-bat to end the first inning. The first pitch is roped down between the gap between third and short for a single. Everybody will move up a base. Which will bring big number 8 Matt Phoebus to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat and then later came around and scored. That pitch is inside for a ball. Second pitch is in there for a ball, or it was in for a strike. That's low, a little low and outside, I think, for ball. There's Hunter getting his lead at first. And that ball's skied again to the third baseman. Third and shorter there. It drifts back towards the shortstop. He calls it and makes the catch. So that'll bring Kyle Whitlock to the plate, the right fielder. He flew out to the right fielder in his first at-bat. And he fouls that one off. Out into the, we'll say the parking lot. Behind the third base dugout. And he roped that to the second baseman. For the second out of the inning. That was a hard hit ball right at the second baseman. He looked to double up a builder. There was just no one there. They probably would have had Johnson at second base. Had the shortstop gotten over to cover the bag, but he didn't get there in time, so there was no throw. There's ball 2. So here we have a 2-0 count with 2 strikes, runners on first and second of the bottom of the third inning, where the Builders have managed to put up 2 more runs. And there's a high drive to center field. It's going to get over Egbert's head. That'll score 1 run. That'll score 2 runs as Harmon digs for third. He is in there safe. So that takes us back to the top of the order with Nate Yeary. And he pops this first pitch towards foul territory and out of play down the third baseline. So Nate, again, was hit by a pitch his first at bat, and he tripled in his second at bat. And there's a high fly ball to the left. That should get held up for the left fielder, and it is. So Nate Yeary flies out to the left fielder to end the inning. So that ends that threat for the Builders. They put up 4 runs this inning.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Right as we start the top of the 4th inning, we're going to have Alex Bonema, Dylan Thomas, and Matt Hoonhorst come to the plate for the Grace Christian Tigers. They're the 2-3-4 hitters. That's through three innings, Isaac has thrown 39 pitches. So he's kind of averaging about 13 an inning right now, which is his jersey number. So first up, we have Alex Bonema, the shortstop. He laid down a sac bunt his first at bat. No point in sacrifice bunting here. As that ball's poked towards second base and just over the glove of Riggs Ellis. So that'll be a single. As again, they get their leadoff guy on. He goes on the first pitch. And the Builders get him for the first out. So kind of it was a nice like single to get on base. And then just trying to pressure, which honestly they do really well once they do get on base. They do pressure and push it. So I wasn't surprised that they took off. Maybe that quick into the count I was, but and that pitch is fouled away. First strike 2. So counts 1 and 2. When they managed to get on base yesterday, they did the same thing. They would steal. They would definitely be very aggressive on the bases. There's a foul tip. Strike 3. He's for the second out of the inning. Which will bring the designated hitter, Matt Hoonhorst, up. As he fouls one away. And he swings through the second pitch for strike 2. And outside. That almost looked like a chase pitch. Like, I'm going to throw this way out here, and I hope you chase it. And strike 3 with the tag. So in the bottom of the fourth, in the top of the fourth, the Tigers go 1, 2, 3. We'll be back here for the bottom of the fourth here on Builder Stream YouTube.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
Due up for the second base is for the Builders is the second baseman, Riggs Ellis. He's grounded out and struck out so far today. He looks at strike 1. He pulls that one foul for strike 2. Grounds that back up the middle to the second baseman. Easy play for the first out of the inning.
Shortstop Camden Weston.
So I'll bring up Camden Weston, who scored in both of his plate appearances. He doubled in his last at-bat. He fouls that one back towards me for strike 1. I kind of said, I think I said it yesterday in game 1. They fouled him all around me. Still waiting for the one to come straight back. I know it's coming. Just waiting on it. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. So that runs the count 1 and 2. Riley's ahead of the count. Feels not been a normal position for him today. There's a ball. Runs the count back even at 2 and 2. And that ball's ripped down the left field line into the corner. Camden digs for 2. Relays to the shortstop. Will not be anywhere near in time as Camden gets his second double of the day. So that brings up Caleb Russell, the DH. Which this is, in essence, the exact same position he found himself last time he was at the plate. Camden on second. Russell looks at ball 1. So Caleb has singled and doubled today. And scored both times after reaching base. Ball 3. So this will be a short 7-inning game with playing 2 today. So in essence, we kind of hit the midway point there in that half inning. That ball's fouled out of play down the first base line. But this is also the third time, if you think about it, the wind has kind of shifted a little more, blowing in from left as opposed to blowing across the field. There's a strike. So this is the third time through the order for Riley for the Builders. So they've all now seen him twice today. This is their third time. There's a fly ball to center. And Egberts makes the catch. And that's Camden. Camden will move up 90 feet.
The first baseman, Hunter Johnson.
So it brings Hunter Johnson to the plate. He has singled in both of his at-bats to center field. And he scored a run. And there's a drive down the right field line. It drops. That'll bring in Camden. Hunter's digging for 3. He's getting his triple in here. He's up. So now Hunter's got a triple on the day. So Hunter is now 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, 2 singles, and a triple. I know I said it's a short game. I mean, he now only needs the double and the home run to complete the cycle. And I know it's a short game. So Nolan Edwards is at the plate. He singled in his last at bat. And he's looked at the first 2 pitches go by. And the third pitch was also a ball. 3-0. There is activity down there in Grace Christian's bullpen. There's strike 1. Runs the count 3-1. Here's number 25 is the guy throwing down there in Grace Christian's bullpen. That is Adam Pierce. There's a single to center. That'll score Johnson.
The left fielder, Matt Phoebus.
So bring on Matt Phoebus. He was hit by a pitch in his first at bat, and he flew out to the shortstop in his last at bat. So he's 0 for 1 today. And he looked at ball 1. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. ball 2. So when you look up at the scoreboard in the stadium, Builders have put up 3 runs, 1 run, 4 runs, and 2 runs so far. Air strike 2. Runs the count even to 2-2. And Matt has got the count full. 3-2 payoff pitch coming. McAllister's actually gone out. And that's going to get blown foul. There's a long foul ball down the right field line. And there's ball 4. So Matt Phoebus has drawn his walk, which will put runners at first and second for number 20, Kyle Whitlock. But it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here, so we'll take it with him, and we'll be back. And we'll look at who this new pitcher is after the break.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII. All right, so like I believe I mentioned before, this is Adam Pierce is the new pitcher for Grace Christian as Camden steps in. So Riley threw 88 pitches, 35 for strikes. He faced 25 batters. As Kyle Whitlock comes to the plate to face the new pitcher, there's ball 1. There's fouled back to the screen for strike 1. That ball was pulled back to the first base dugout. For
strike two. So we're looking at 1-2 count here. And outside for ball two. And that ball's ripped to center field. Egbert's camps under it. He's got it for the third and final out of the inning.
In the bottom of the fourth for the Builders, 2 runs off 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Your new score through
So the Builders rattle off 2 runs off 3 hits, no errors. As they lead 10-0 going into the top of the 5th inning here on Builders YouTube.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
We're back for the top of the 5th inning, where we will start. Struck out actually last inning. Where Carter Willis, the third baseman, will be leading off this inning. So we're going to go Carter Willis, Tyler Thomas, and Lorenzo Lopez for Grace Christian. First pitch, a swinging strike for strike one. And that ball's hit to the third baseman. So Nolan Edwards to Hunter Johnson for this first out of the inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Tyler Thomas. Tyler struck out in his first at bat. And he fouls that one down the line, down the third base line. Here's the second pitch. Foul tips that one. If I'm remembering right, he actually slipped when he struck out in his first at-bat and kind of limped back to the dugout. Here's that 0-2 pitch. Ball one. Foul ball bounced to the third baseman. Count remains 1-2. Isaac gets the pitch. And that's bounced to the third again. Nolan up. Fires across the diamond to Johnson for out number 2. Bring the first baseman, Lorenzo Lopez, to the plate, where he also struck out in his first plate appearance. And he sees strike one on that first pitch. And ball one. Swung through strike two. As McAllister stepped off. He's ready for the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Bounce to the shortstop. And Camden to Johnson for the third and final out of the inning. So that'll do it. They go, the Tigers go 1, 2, 3 that inning. No runs, no hits. None left on base. So that'll bring us to the Builders' bottom half. And we'll be back after this.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
Come back to the bottom of the fifth inning. Due up for the Builders are Jeremy Harmon, and then we'll turn over the top of the lineup to Nate Yeary and Riggs Ellis. So, Jeremy Harmon's 1 for 2 today. He tripled to center field and had 2 RBIs in his last at bat. As he swings and sends the first pitch back up over the stands. Second pitch hit him. So he's the second Builder to be hit by a pitch today. That brings up the top of the order, Nate Yeary. Eight's walked, tripled, and flown out to the left fielder as he fouls that one off. Second pitch was a ball. Third pitch was also a ball. Inside. There's a self-proclaimed speedster. Jeremy Harmon. For strike 2. He was joking about his speed before the game. There's ball 3. Run the count full. 3-2. Quick pickoff move back to first. Everyone's back safe. And that ball skips in there for ball 4. So that's Yuri's second walk of the game. And the Builders' second walk of the game. So I'll bring up Riggs Ellis. He's 0 for 3. Here's strike one. Really, I just see that as he's due. There's a soft pop to the first baseman, and he catches it. Actually, they call it infield fly rule also.
Shortstop Camden Weston.
That brings up Camden Weston. He's 2 for 2 today. Sorry, he's 2 for 3 today. With 2 doubles. There's a high fly ball to center. It's caught. The runner's tag. And they both make it in safely. Which brings up Caleb Russell. Caleb Russell has 2 for 3 today also. He's got 2 singles and a sacrifice fly in his last at bat. So he's up here with 2 on and 2 out. And that first pitch way outside for ball 1. Inside ball 2. Grace Christian's here trying to keep the Builders off the scoreboard. As that one's popped way, way high up, and it lands on the infield. So that puts runners at the corner. I promise you that wind was pushing that thing all over the place.
First baseman Hunter Johnson.
That brings up Hunter Johnson. He's 3 for 3 today. I said after his last at bat, 3 for 3. 3 RBIs. 2 scored. He scored twice, so. There's strike one. We got a 1-1 count on Hunter. He's looking at that pitch, and he fouls that one off. Second strike. 1-2 count. Runners on first and third. 2 outs. And that pitch is way outside. And he kind of pokes that one foul over the third baseman's head, and it landed just in foul ground. He's now worked the count full. And he hits that one into the first base dugout. looked out to the bullpen and saw Jaden Anderson jog out there. There's another one, fought off foul. That should get out of play. And it did. So it looks like Jaden will. And there's a fly ball to right field. It's down, one hop the wall. Is Johnson. Johnson's going to stop at second on his two RBI double. So that brings Nolan Edwards to the plate. He's 2 for 3 today. And he looks at ball one inside. Pitcher step off the rubber. The pitch. Big old swing through for strike one. Strike two. And he fights that one to the first baseman. Lorenzo scoops it up, steps on the bag, and that'll do it for this inning.
For the Builders into the fifth, 3 runs off 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. Your new score.
So the Builders got
Bills 13, Tigers 0.
3 runs off 3 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium after this short break.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
We're back at War Memorial Stadium for the top of the 6th inning with Josh Egberts leading off for the visitors. Big old swing for strike two. 2 outside. There's a fly ball to right field. And Kyle Whitlock was able to get over there and make the play for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up the right fielder, Jaden Shinneman. He grounded out to the third baseman in his first at bat. And he rips it right back up the middle. Riggs Ellis snags it, and he gets it. What a great throw by Riggs. And a nice little scoop by Johnson over there at first for the second out of the inning. So we're back to the top of the order. A.J. Scott. He looks at strike one. Swing and miss for strike two. Now it was outside for ball one. Ball two. Ball's bounced to the Builder dugout. There's a nice one-handed grab by Coach Scarola. So that'll run the count full, 3-2. So 3-2, 2 outs. And there's pop back up over my head, out of play. And there's, let's see, is that the first walk? That is the first walk given up by Isaac. So that'll bring up the shortstop, Alex Bonema. And that first pitch is high and tight for ball one. Ball's grounded to third, picked up and fired over to first, and that'll do it for the bottom half of the inning. No runs, no hits, one man left on base. We'll see what the Builders can do in the bottom half of their inning right after this.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back, where we're going to lead off with Matt Phoebus this inning. Matt Phoebus, Kyle Whitlock, and Jeremy Harmon are up. 1, 2, 3 for the Builders.
The left fielder, Matt Phoebus.
The 7-8-9 hitter. And he check swing fouls that one back to the screen. He looks it outside. Ball 1. And there's deep fly. It's going to get over everybody's head, get to the wall again. As Phoebus rounds second and goes for third. He's in standing up if he wanted to. He didn't have to slide, but he could have. Could have made it standing. So that'll bring Kyle Whitlock to the plate.
The right fielder, Kyle Whitlock.
He has not had the same success as some of the other Builders so far today. He's 0 for 3. He's flown out to the right fielder, the second baseman, and center field. He looks at ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3 now. So this is Pierce pitching. So this is Adams' inning, I guess. There's no one even down there in the bullpen for the Tigers as he gives up his first walk of the inning.
The catcher, Jeremy Harmon.
Which brings us to our number 9 hitter, Jeremy Harmon, the catcher. He's a sophomore. He's a sophomore electrician. So that foul ball landed high on the roof of the picnic area. That apparently hit Harmon. So that'll load him up for the top of the order. There's the new picnic area that they've added here at War Memorial Stadium. It's got some concession stands below it and some indoor batting cages. There's another foul ball that way out of play. Builders are back to the top of the order with Nate Yeary. He's looking at 0-1 count, and he gets hit. So Nate Yeary gets hit by that pitch. So he'll walk down to first, which will bring up Riggs Ellis and the coach out to the mound. So the Builders have scored a run this inning, which means they've scored a run in every inning.
The second baseman, Riggs Ellis.
So Riggs Ellis steps in, the second baseman. Bases are loaded, no outs. And he bounces that ball foul in front of the Builder dugout. That's where it hit the net. Low and outside for ball one. Low. Ball two. Way inside for ball three. Everybody moves up 90 feet. All right, so Riggs has a 3-1 count now. And that ball was bounced in front of the plate for ball four. Which will bring up the shortstop, Camden Weston. He's got 2 doubles for today and a sac fly. Ball's low. Outside. Still no action down in the Tigers bullpen. Guess knowing they got to play another game, they don't want to expend any more arms, maybe. I don't know. This is only their second pitcher. So the count's even at 2-2. And that is way behind and Weston gets called out on strikes. Brings up the designated hitter, Caleb Russell. He's 3 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. He is single, doubled, and had an infield hit. He's got 2 singles and a double. He's looked at 2 balls so far at this at-bat. We got a 3-0 count here. Pitch. Strike. Caleb was taken all the way on that pitch. Caleb thought that was a ball. I think a lot of people thought that was a ball. And that ball bounces up in front of the plate for ball 4. So we got another mound visit. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back, and we'll sort all this out.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, so we're back, and the new pitcher is Lorenzo Lopez. And number 26, Sam DeVries, has come in to play first base. And next up is Hunter Johnson, the first baseman. And he hits it high and deep into center, not deep enough. As he stands in for a double, and 2 more runs come across.
Third baseman Nolan Edwards.
That brings Nolan Edwards to the plate. He looks at ball 1. Strike 2 on Nolan. And that's bounced up the middle to the shortstop. He picks it up, fires it over to the first baseman, but he throws it away. Brings up Matt Phoebus, the left fielder. He looks at strike 1. bounces up for ball one. Inside for ball two, counts 2-1. And that ball's popped into right as Showman is under it and squeezes it for out two. Brings a right fielder Kyle Whitlock to the plate. There's strike two. And he swings for strike three. So that'll do it for the Builders. Bottom half of the sixth. 7 runs, 2 hits, 1 left on base, and 2 errors. New scores, Builders 20, Tigers 0, and that'll bring Jaden Anderson in to pitch this top of the 7th inning. We'll be back after this.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.